The difficulty in maintaining firmness during intimacy isn't just frustrating. It affects self-esteem, pushes desire away, and creates a silent burden that many men carry alone. And the hardest part is realizing that even with desire, the body doesn't respond. What many people don't know is that there are fast and natural ways to change this scenario. With just 2 simple exercises, you can activate the system that regulates circulation, reduce tension, and improve your body's response in just a few minutes, without medication or procedures. I'm Dr. Silvia Conti, a urologist, and over the years I've seen men regain control using only what they already have: their body, their breath, and a deeper understanding of what's really behind the issue. If this affects you in any way, this video gets straight to the point. You'll understand what's truly happening and how to reverse it. This is not about exaggerated promises, but about technique, science, and practice. And real change begins when you apply it. If this topic resonates with your reality, take a moment to check if you're already subscribed to the channel. I create content especially focused on men's health and performance after 50, with direct guidance, no fluff, and based on real-world experience. If this video helped you in any way, click the like button. It's a sign that bringing this kind of content is worth it. And tell me in the comments, type 1 if this topic spoke to you, or 0 if you'd like to see other approaches here. Your feedback helps me understand exactly what you need. Some men go through this and think the problem is their age, their diet, or even low testosterone. And sure, all of that can play a role. But when firmness disappears at the very moment it's most needed, the real cause often isn't in the blood, it's in the mind. The brain has a defense system that works like this. At the first sign of tension, it shuts down anything that isn't essential for survival. And sex, from the key nervous system's perspective, is not a priority in times of perceived danger. The result? Blood flow is redirected to the legs and arms as if the body is preparing to run or fight. The blood that should be reaching the intimate area simply doesn't arrive. And there's more. The more pressure a man puts on himself, the more the brain shifts into alert mode. It's like an alarm that never turns off. What should be a moment of pleasure turns into a performance test, and no one can relax under those conditions. That's why understanding this automatic response is the first step. It's not weakness, and it's not a character flaw. It's biology. But the good news is, in this case, it can be reprogrammed, and I'll show you how. What starts as a simple thought can turn into a domino effect that's hard to stop. A man enters an intimate moment, but in his mind, that old fear appears. What if it doesn't work? That thought alone is enough to trigger the body's alert system. Anxiety doesn't need to shout to interfere. It works quietly, tightening the muscles, speeding up the heartbeat, and most of all, redirecting blood flow. And the more a man tries to force things, the more his body senses something is wrong. It's like trying to control a frightened horse by pulling hard on the reins. It just panics more. The problem is, once it happens, the mind records that experience as a warning, and the next time, fear kicks in even before the clothes come off. Tension rises, pleasure decreases, and the erection disappears. The mind turns against the body, and desire loses space to fear. This cycle can last for months or even years if nothing is done. But it can be broken. The mind creates the trap, but it can also untie the knot. With the right strategies, the body can start responding again, maybe even better than before. When an erection fails, it's common for a man to immediately think of medication. After all, if the body isn't responding, just take something to make it work, right? But the problem isn't always physical. And when the root is emotional, the solution isn't in a pill. Many men turn to anti-anxiety or antidepressant medications, thinking they'll calm the mind and improve performance. But usually the effect is the opposite. These medications slow down the central nervous system, making you sluggish, sleepy, and often lowering your desire even more. The body may feel calmer, but it loses that fast, strong response intimacy requires. And with prolonged use, there's another risk. the brain starts producing less dopamine and serotonin on its own. In other words, natural pleasure fades, and the man becomes increasingly dependent on external substances. It's like silencing a broken alarm by cutting the wires. It might seem to work, but everything inside becomes unbalanced. This kind of blockage requires a different path, one that respects the body's rhythm, strengthens inner control, and restores confidence without numbing sensitivity. And that path exists, with no side effects, and surprisingly effective results. The first practical step to regaining erection control lies in how you breathe. It might seem too simple, but the way air enters and leaves your body directly affects circulation, hormone balance, and arousal levels. The technique is called 4-2-6 breathing. You inhale through your nose while counting to 4, hold your breath for 2 seconds, and exhale slowly through your mouth while counting to 6. This pattern helps activate the system responsible for relaxation and balance. The parasympathetic nervous system. When the body is tense, breathing becomes shallow, fast, and irregular. That raises adrenaline levels, speeds up the heart, and diverts blood to the muscles. But with controlled breathing, the effect reverses. The body feels safe, internal tension drops, and blood flow to the intimate region improves. This technique is backed by science and usually shows results in under 2 minutes. Breath control reduces anxiety, sharpens focus, and helps the body function more naturally. It's a simple, discreet, and extremely effective practice you can use before intimate moments, or anytime you feel nervous. When repeated daily, this response becomes more and more natural and automatic. If you want to go even deeper in this process of reconnecting with your body, desire, and confidence, in my digital book, Rediscovering Intimacy, I share practical guidance that complements exactly what we're discussing here. These are simple strategies to overcome physical and emotional blocks that affect male performance over time, and to rekindle desire in a conscious, healthy, and lasting way. This material was created for men who want to feel secure again during intimacy and strengthen their relationship without relying on quick fixes. The access link is in the first pinned comment. Read it, apply it at your own pace, and feel the difference in practice. The second exercise is just as simple as it is powerful, and it requires no equipment and no special space. It's called the power pose. This physical adjustment sends direct signals to the brain, influencing the production of hormones related to confidence, vitality, and sexual performance. To do it, just stand with your feet shoulder-width apart, keep your spine straight, chest open, hands on your hips, and chin slightly raised. Hold this position for about 2 minutes. It may seem like nothing, but during that time, important. Changes happen inside your body. This posture increases testosterone levels, boosts energy, and strengthens self-confidence. At the same time, it reduces cortisol, the stress hormone, and one of the biggest enemies of erection. The balance between these two hormones has a direct impact on the quality of your sexual response. Research shows that people who use this technique before important events feel more confident and perform better. And when it comes to sexuality, the effect is the same. The body aligns, the brain receives the signal, and the response becomes more natural. This second exercise is quick, free, and can be done every day. A small action that helps create a much more favorable internal environment for firmness and pleasure. Even using just one technique brings benefits, but when both are practiced together, the effect becomes much stronger. Controlled breathing calms the nervous system, improves circulation, and takes the body out of the alert state. The power pose, on the other hand, activates testosterone production and lowers stress. Together, they create the ideal physical and mental state for a firmer, more natural erection. This combination works because it hits 2 areas at once, the brain and the body. While you hold the posture for 2 minutes, you can practice the 4-2-6 breathing in sync. With each breathing cycle, the mind calms down, the body responds with more balance, and the feeling of control grows stronger. This practice can be done standing, in a quiet room, or even in the bathroom before a date. It doesn't require intense focus, doesn't attract attention, and can be repeated whenever needed. Ideally, it becomes a small preparation ritual. 2 minutes that work like an internal reset button. The more you repeat it, the faster your body learns to respond. And what once felt unpredictable becomes something you can control. Many people try these techniques once and expect instant results. But the body doesn't work that way. It responds better to what's repeated consistently, not what's done occasionally. And when it comes to sexual performance, repetition builds a new pattern, more stable, stronger, and more reliable. The 4-2-6 breathing, practiced daily, teaches your nervous system how to exit the alert state more easily. The power pose, practiced frequently, supports hormone production that boosts desire and lowers tension. Together, these two techniques become like training. The more your body practices, the more efficient it becomes. It doesn't take much time. 2 minutes a day is enough to make a difference. The secret is turning this into a habit, like brushing your teeth or taking a shower. Small daily adjustments have the power to transform how your body reacts during your most important moments. Over time, you'll notice your firmness improves, fear decreases, and confidence returns. And the best part? No pills, no luck, just consistency, awareness, and a real desire to improve. If you've made it this far, you've already understood that erectile difficulties aren't always physical in origin. Often, the real issue is constant tension that sabotages the body's natural functioning. And with these two techniques, breathing and posture, you now have simple, effective, and fully accessible tools to change that. Now tell me in the comments, have you ever practiced the 4-2-6 breathing technique? Did you notice any difference the first few times? Your comment helps other men see that they're not alone, and that yes, real solutions do exist. And if this content made sense to you, click the like button. Your like helps this video reach others who also need this information. Here on the channel, you'll find more videos about male sexual health after 50, with direct advice based on science and real clinical practice. It's worth watching. Take a moment to subscribe so you don't miss upcoming content. Your presence here matters, and it can make a real difference in your intimate life. See you in the next video.